Yeah! Get excited, everybody. We got fights inside the world's most famous Apex coming up at just under 30 minutes. UFC Vegas 83, or as I have been calling it for a hot minute now, UFC Shang Vegas. As you can see, that's the main event right there. Yadong versus Gutierrez. We got Anthony Smith versus Khalil Rountree. All in all, I think this is going to be a pretty fun night of fisticuffs. But thank you for joining us for the People's Pre-Fight Show. I am Mike Heck. I wonder how many chair spins this card is going to get from the baddest stash in all of MMA, the one, the only producer extraordinaire, Casey Leydon. How many spins? One in a 99th. All right, that's not bad.
You got one. Be happy, Apex. Be happy. You got one.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've had half spins, we've had quarter spins.
I almost
one spin's pretty good.
Yeah, 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Okay.
That's not bad. I think we're going to enjoy ourselves tonight. I wish the main card was starting right now. This would be absolutely perfect. It'd be 11 fights, bing, bang, boom. This would be perfect, but not the case.
The start time is throwing me off. I'm kind of confused right now.
Yes.
Things like it's almost dark out. Is it dark where you are? It's got to be dark now.
Oh, yeah, it's super dark.
Okay. Yeah.
Super dark. The sun's been down for like an hour where I'm at, so it's kind of weird, but hey, listen. After this, it's UFC 296 time, and that card freaking rules. I can't wait to see how many times you spin that freaking chair next Saturday on the People's Pre-Fight Show. Yeah, you're gonna be like a propeller. You're gonna be like Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog. You're just gonna fly out through the roof of your house. Oh man! All right, let's go to the peeps. This is the People's Pre-Fight Show. If you're new to this, we've been doing this for a while now, but throw your questions. It can be about this card. I understand there's not a ton of storylines here, so if you have other thoughts, other ideas, we can talk about whatever the hell you want. So let's do this thing.
All right. First question. It's a big one. It's important. We got to answer it. Here we go.
That's a lot of turtles.
Yeah,
that's like 11.
Yeah.
It's like 11.
Yeah. So,
Casey, can I just say I love that curtain in the background? It looks like the opening sequence of the Saved by the Bell cold open.
That's exactly what it is.
It's incredible.
It's exactly the look I was going for.
It's so great.
I like you appreciate fine art.
It's 100%. Dennis Haskins as Mr. Belding.
Awesome. Okay, now to the questions.
So good.
All right. Let me find a good one. Okay, no.
This is just a bunch of turtles. Is that all we're getting?
I'm getting lots of turtles and lots of like talking about next week. I know it's fan Q&A, but let's respect the fights tonight. We'll
Listen,
get some
let's get a cut. Listen, if you want to talk about that, we will. But let's get like 2 UFC Vegas 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's get a couple.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we can talk 296 and all the other stuff.
Okay. Here we go.
What would be the most surprising result on this card, Casey?
I would think a Khalil Rountree submission over Anthony Smith.
That would be pretty wild.
As far as the top fights.
Tetsuro Taira losing would be pretty surprising.
Yeah, I'm assuming is he the biggest favorite?
He is now the second. He was yesterday. He is now the second biggest favorite on the card. He is a minus 575. Park Hyun Sung, who is fighting Shannon Ross, is a minus 600, which I completely understand. But Taira losing would be pretty surprising.
Yeah, there on Tapology there are 2 fighters with who have a 96% victory votes, and that's Park and Taira. So it's got it right there. I think Taira would be the biggest, obviously big. Any way that Hernandez wins will be shocker. For sure.
All
right. Oh my God, sorry.
Yeah. We could just pull up whatever at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we want to talk 296. We can talk 296. With Tim Elliott fighting, got me thinking about James Krause. Has there been anything that has come out about his betting issues recently? No, none. Absolutely nothing.
That's kind of. I mean,
Absolutely nothing.
when did that story break? When was it? It wasn't this year, right? It was 2022, right?
It was the end of last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like, when was
We
that
thought
fight?
this was gonna be a giant story, and it kind of was in the first week, and then whatever's happening behind the scenes with the lawyers and whatnot. Man, everyone's
All right,
pretty
hold
much.
on. All right, so I'm pulling this up right now. It was Derek, was it Derek Minner? It was Derek Minner, right?
Derek Minner. That was the initial one.
That was November. That fight was November of 2022. That's when this like all started, like 13 months ago.
Yeah. So
And then right around like I believe it was like early December that Krause was banned, and that anybody on the roster that trained with him would basically no longer be on the roster. So go train somewhere else or you're not in the UFC. That was when that kind of ultimatum went. It's still being investigated as far as I know. And it's not. I'm listening. I always think of Dana when talking about this. You're going to federal fucking prison. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it is being investigated from a federal level, and it's still kind of ongoing. So that's all we know. Trust me, I have heard some things that I can't talk about. This is a while ago, like right when this thing started to break. But I mean, honestly, that just until this like goes to court and we like find something and all that stuff, like there's nothing really we could do about it or find out about it, because we have been trying for like 13 months to try to find anything out about this, but no one is talking at all.
Yeah, I think outside of Jeff Molina doing a couple of interviews that have nothing to do with the gambling thing, there's been pretty much no talk. Like James Krause, nothing, like radio silent on social media, everything, right? It's just as far as I know. I mean, is he posting photos of him doing like Halloween stuff, or is he just like I don't know. I don't follow him, so
I'm friends. I'm not on Facebook all that often, but I am friends with him on Facebook, and I assume his page is public. But yeah, basically all I've seen is like real estate photos, like things like that. Like, hey, we're flipping this house. Do you want it, or do you want like your house to? Do you want us to buy your house so we could flip it? I don't know, things like that. So
okay, yeah,
he's on the real estate.
Yeah, nothing MMA related at all. All right.
Yeah, nothing that I've seen.
Yeah, I assume he hasn't cornered any fighters since then.
Not that I know of.
I mean, not even like local or regionally. So yeah, I don't know. I do not know. All right. Well, we'll keep you updated, Daniel.
What would Anthony Smith and Khalil Rountree have to do in the co-main event if they want to face Alex Pereira, knowing UFC Fight Night 234 in January is Ankalaev Walker as its main event? I think Anthony Smith just needs to win, honestly. I think Anthony Smith would have to win. Anthony Smith has to win and take like no damage. He needs to win almost flawlessly. And he's in play for a title shot.
That's wild.
He's in play.
I mean, is it? And this is based solely on just drama, not really anything else. Or is there a little bit more? The rankings are just 205 seems such a mess right now with Hill, and I don't know. Hill's out. We don't know, right? Just
I mean,
don't know.
It's an Achilles. Like it's a ruptured Achilles, so he's gonna be out for a hot minute. Like, yeah. If he's back by International Fight Week, I'll be surprised. That's like probably the earliest I expect it at this point. So I don't know, man. Like this division's just so weird.
Yeah.
And weird. Look, this all depends on Alex Pereira. Like this is it's his world right now. If he wants to fight like in March, like the UFC's got to book him. And then it's just kind of like who's available to do it. Or if they want to book him for UFC 300 or something. And like if he wants to be a part of that card. Like it could be Anthony Smith. It could be Ankalaev or Walker. It all depends. It's just kind of, for Anthony Smith's best chance is to go out there and just run over Khalil Rountree and take very little damage. and just be ready if that phone rings for whenever. Other than that, and then on top of that, I think he just needs to pray that Magomed Ankalaev like beats Johnny Walker in just the most boring way possible.
Yeah, I think that would have to happen too. Yeah, I feel like for the UFC, from selling tickets, pay-per-views, the UFC would want Pereira versus Walker because that's just looks like just a chaos in the cage. Yeah, Ankalaev, yeah, he has to win. He win boring to take Walker out, and then Smith has to do something extraordinary tonight and just be ready. So,
yeah. Like it's one of those things where like, because who knows? By the time Ankalaev and Johnny Walker fight, like we might already know when Pereira's fighting next. You know what I mean? Yeah. They might already book his next fight before that fight even happens. It's very possible. If they start announcing UFC 300 fights and Pereira's on that card, they're probably gonna like let people know that he's fighting on that card beforehand. So I don't know. Khalil, look, I love the idea of Khalil fighting Alex Pereira in the future. I don't think he could do anything tonight to jump the line, but Anthony Smith could just because he's a name. The UFC likes him. He's got beef with Pereira. He'll get on the mic and talk a bunch of shit tonight. Khalil Rountree ain't that dude. He ain't going to do it. He's not going to go out there and cut a promo on Alex Pereira. He's going to be like, hey, I want to be in a main event. Just the same call as last time. Want to be in a main event sometime next year. That's all he'll say. He'll be in no rush. Smith will call for it, though.
Yeah. Obviously, it feels like if Rountree wins big tonight, then his next fight would then be a kind of a number one contender fight, I would assume. You kind of think Rountree's... No, I don't think so.
I mean, if he fight... Like, he would have to turn around, like, real quick.
Well, no. I mean, not like he would have to win this fight, the next fight, and then, I mean, if he wins his next... He'll be in line for that kind of title shot sometime. Not necessarily not necessarily for Pereira's next fight, because I think the timelines don't line up right.
Like if Johnny Walker loses to Ankalaev, like Khalil Rountree versus Johnny Walker would be super fun. I'd watch that. That'd be really fun. Murzakanov is Rountree Yuri if he doesn't fight Rakic.
Yeah.
There's Ozdemir. Ozdemir is still number 9, which is crazy. Ryan Span's number 10. I do like Murzakanov, man. I think this guy's gonna be a problem. He just can't get in the freaking cage to fight. He's gonna be real good. Maybe fight Jan Blachowicz.
And just no one knows who he is yet. That's a problem. I would have a hard time spotting him out, honestly. I you know what I mean? Like,
he's good.
I know he's good, but I just don't. I can't picture him right now. But right. 205 is crazy.
Yep.
You think so? It's like, man.
Turtle power. There you go. What else we got? We could go off the map here if we want.
Yeah. I had a question. Where'd it go?
I know people are excited for 296. I get it. I get it. Is Ian Garry building his brand with the controversy? If he friggin' wins next week, he sure is. I don't think that's like part of it, but
what? It's not him building. It's like other fighters coming after Garry. Garry really hasn't gone. I've kind of tried to stay out of this because it feels really stupid.
Yeah, I don't care about I don't care about the family shit. Like I'll never,
especially the family stuff. Yeah, it's like
I don't give a shit. Other people want to talk about it. I don't. That's fine, and I'm not going to knock them for it. It's just not something I'm going to talk about. And let me just be clear. Ian and his wife have been nothing but like really nice to me and have treated me really well. Anytime I've seen them in person, they are very, they're very positive. Always open, always welcoming. They say nice things. They say hello. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Handshakes, hugs, all that fun stuff. Like they're very, very nice people. They have never done anything wrong to me. So I'm certainly not going to talk about that. The gym etiquette stuff, I totally get. Like I totally get this, especially if you're Leon Edwards. You are in this gym, super well respected. Ian wants to come train at your gym. They allow it. And then, there's talks about him being late. I have no idea. But the talk about bringing in a video camera and a crew to like film everything is a little tough. Especially with Leon Edwards as the champion, a guy that as a 26-year-old, you're trying to get to him to fight him. It's kind of tough. Like I get where they are coming from. I totally get that.
And like I said, bringing video cameras and crews and gyms is fine. You just have to ask well in advance a little bit. That's all.
Yeah.
I think especially the higher level fighters. That's they're like, okay, I get it.
Maybe not do it when Leon's preparing to fight Colby Covington. You know what I mean? Maybe not do it then.
Yeah, maybe we'll let you shoot the warm ups. We'll do some light drilling, but maybe I get it if these crews and Gary's just like film this. Like he's almost like directing a crew while he's sparring. But we haven't heard too much from. Have we heard too much from Garry actually about this? Kind of defending himself.
He dropped like a vlog. He dropped a video vlog, I think, kind of like a inside the camp kind of thing, and I don't think he got into it per se, but he basically talked. I think we wrote up something on it on the website, and Ian Bates said like, "Look, I'm excited for the fight, but there is a part of me that is worried for my family's safety. When I get over there," and which I totally understand as well. People could be ruthless, man. It's going to be a tough week for him, man. It is going to be a real tough week for him. He's going to get booed out of the building at the presser, I'm sure. Plus, he's going to be sharing the stage with Colby and everybody else. It's going to be a tough week for him. But if he goes in there and just dusts up Vicente Luque, no one's going to give a shit anymore. I mean, people are going to talk about it and poke and prod at him, but it's going to be a complete afterthought if he just goes and dusts up Luque. That's a great win. You go out there and you dust that dude up, become 7-0 in the UFC. His next fight is going to be gigantic. It is going to be a huge fight. He ain't fighting Sean Brady. I can tell you that right now. He will be way ahead of Sean Brady in that conversation because he's got the best win. And then we'll see where he goes. But we will learn. We're going to learn a whole lot about Ian Garry on next Saturday, in my opinion.
I can't imagine getting in the cage of Luque and us coming out not knowing more would be virtually impossible. Yeah. But like we say all the time in this sport, winning solves everything.
Sure does.
Winning solves
Sure does. It was one thing when Tiger Woods was going through all that stuff he was going through and the world just was totally against him. All he had to do is go win one golf tournament and everyone's like, he's the dude again. I don't care. I want to watch him on Sunday in the red shirt trying to win the Masters. Like all you got to do is win. You go out there and you win. Everybody forgets about all of it. And Ian has a huge opportunity here to just let this rub off his shoulders and then go out there and perform. If he does that, man, he is an official problem. But it's going to be a tough week for him. There's no way this doesn't affect him. There's no way.
Yeah, he's too connected to that world to let this roll off his back. Yeah, so
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough week for him. But if he wins, then it'll be 200 pounds off of his shoulders.
But you know what though? If he can handle all this, I guess, negative attention and still go out there and just dominate and look great in a victory, that says a lot about him, honestly. But
100%,
says a lot about him that he can take the good. He can take the good news and the bad news, I guess. A lot of positivity and a lot of negativity and still look great. So, yeah.
And if he loses, it's going to be tough. But it doesn't mean he can't. Look at Sean O'Malley. When Sean O'Malley lost to Chito Vera, the MMA community was like throwing parades, just burying this dude. They were loving it. Cheeto gets the big win. People were just ripping Sean O'Malley apart. See, this guy was overrated. The UFC just pushed him too fast, blah, 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 blah. And now look at him. Now he bounces all the way back, goes on a nice little run, strategic matchmaking, and now he's the freaking champion of the world. This sport moves in waves very, very, and super quick. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if he's building I don't know if the controversy is building his brand, but it'll certainly be a big part of the story if he goes out there and just runs over Luque next Saturday, which will be insane.
All right. Let's talk about this.
Thoughts on the California State Athletic Commission unanimously voting 6-0 for the first ever regulated Power Slap event held in California. Do you think this is Dana pulling strings or is Power Slap gaining popularity? It's more the first. It has nothing to do with the second, because how do you gauge power slap gaining popularity? Look, as I've said from Jump Street, from the very beginning of this has no buzz in terms of television and viewership. It's bad, real bad. But on social media, this is a fucking monster. Like, who isn't, anyone who is like interested in any kind of a fight, even if you're like casually just scrolling through TikTok or something, and you see stuff about, you see someone about to get slapped in the face, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to watch it. It's a perfect social media thing. But this will never find a television network. If this goes on pay-per-view and you ask people to buy it, nobody's buying it, and nobody's buying tickets for it. It's not that thing, but it's a social media juggernaut. So, however, California, as a commission, I'm sure, is going to get a nice piece of a pretty penny from the power slap people, because you have to pay the commission in order to host events anyways. So it's a money thing, and they're just going to see how it is. Yeah. But I think even cooler is Bare Knuckle also got approved with the same thing. So now they will have the chance to do one event too. It's a tryout. I saw some people on Twitter saying like, oh, they're going to be able to do 1 million power slap shows. No, they're going to do one, and they're going to see how it goes. And if Andy Foster and crew thinks it's the dumbest shit ever, then they're not going to do another one. Bare Knuckle, I think, is a bigger one, because I think, obviously, if you had to take a guess on which organization has more staying power, it's going to be BKFC more than Power Slap. But who the hell knows at this point? But what did you think about this? Were you surprised by this? Because I wasn't. This is a money grab, if there ever was one.
Well, first of all, there's very little money in it, because they make money as far as commissions off, like, I'm pretty sure, like the gate. They make part of the gate or something. It comes around whatever they make it. I don't know the exact whatever on it, but yeah, I mean, they'll make money like any regional card is, CSAC approved, and they sell 1,000 tickets or whatever. I'm definitely more interested in the bare knuckle part. That's cool. From a journalistic standpoint, I am interested in covering the first power slap only from the commission and health perspective. I give zero craps about the actual who wins or whatever. But this also kind of makes me think that, can anyone just start a league up where, hey, let's just kick each other in the nuts, and as long as CSAC is there to approve it, I mean, we're government sanctioned. I mean, because that's what power slap is to me. There's no difference. Just like, let's line up and who can take the hardest nut shot. That's all it is. So I'm kind of interested. I guess. I think I saw a video, I think by Eric McCracken, McCracken, I'm not sure how you say his last name, but talking about like he didn't really understand why this would be approved, because they said they do boxing, kickboxing, and martial arts. So he goes, is this a martial art? So I guess CSAC thinks of this as a martial art. So I'm kind of confused. I don't understand, but I am interested in attending an event from the regulatory and health and safety perspective. So from that reason, I kind of want to see it. But as far as power, because
they do the meetings, they allow media at like the post fight meetings, right? That's what I would want to watch.
Yeah, CSAC is much more open to the media. They're much more transparent than I pretty much think any other commission in the country is. So maybe, hey, knows, maybe CSAC is doing this to expose power slap. I'm kind of jumping. In a sense, maybe this could be bad for power slap. Who knows? Like, why are they trying to like, leave Vegas? I wonder that if they're not selling tickets, or I don't know.
Because this is Dana wanting to shove it up our asses that we think this is stupid. And
we do think this is stupid. It is stupid.
Yes, and look, I have said this from the beginning as well. If this is your thing, great. Like, have at it. It's just not for me. It's not a thing I'm going to watch live or anything like that. I'm going to scroll through it on social media and stuff. And then the only real issue I have with it is that you can't get away from it, because the biggest MMA organization in the world just everywhere you look. It's go on UFC.com. Oh, let's go look at the rankings. You get 8 Power Slap ads. You're going to watch the broadcast tonight. You're going to see 50 fucking ads for Power Slap Road to the Title. I guarantee it. You're going to see a whole bunch. Like every third read will be about Power Slap. Like, come on, man. If this thing is so big and so popular, then make it its own thing. Don't make it a UFC thing. Don't attach it to the UFC. Make it its own thing. Powerslap.com. Like, we don't need, I don't need to see it every 5 seconds. But if you want to watch it, like, I'm power to you. I have friends who love it. I have cousins who have told me how much they fucking love it. And I'm just like, great. I'm glad you love it. That's so cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. But they hate MMA, but they love slap. They love it. It's crazy. But
do they have their favorite slappers?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far.
I mean, I'm kind of curious. Like, are there actually? Oh, you know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to talk about this. We have
is it gaining popularity outside of like social media views? Hell no, it is not. When people say like, "Oh, this has 400 million views" or whatever, like it's all on social media. It's all on social media, all of it. Like if I got in my car, right? If I just found a car on the street and crashed it into a brick wall, it would get as many views because that's just what this is. It's a car crash.
I watch almost no football, but I gotta say I will watch fights that break out in the stands at football games. So I've seen more like just random fights between like some Chiefs fan and a Patriots fan. I don't know. And there's like I'll watch fights in the stands. I won't actually watch football games.
But even that's bad, man. Like we had someone who went to a Patriots game and got in a fight got killed in a fight.
Oh yeah,
like I know in the stadium, dude.
Oh, dude, I know. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it.
But there are But I mean, like you're not. But the beauty of social media is like you're not going to see that on social media.
Yeah.
But you're going to see like just a rando ass like stadium brawl.
It always ends with I'm seeing a lot of a dude's butt crack. That's how he's always
butt cracks and someone stumbling over 3 rows of seats.
That's how it always ends. And the poor security guard's going, guys, I don't get paid enough. Just stop.
So my older brother and I, we went to Monday Night Football. We went to a Monday Night Football game, and I was DJing weddings at the time. And we had this meeting, and the guy was like, "Hey, can I get a discount on the wedding?" And we're like, "No, not really." He goes, "But I have season tickets to the Patriots." He goes, "There's one game you can't have. It's the Denver game, but I'll give you 2 tickets to any other game you want." And we were like, all right. So we took the Houston Texans game. It was a Monday Night Football game. And it was like one of those rare days in December where it was like 70 degrees outside in New England. It was the best. So we go to the game, and this dude sitting about 3 rows behind us was just the most annoying person in the world. Like, he was so annoying. He was driving everybody crazy. And one guy finally turned around and just goes, "Shut the fuck up." And the dude walks down and gets in his face. He's like, "Say it again." The guy goes, "Shut the fuck up." And the drunk dude who's annoying everybody, throws a fist so wildly that he misses the dude and then just himself stumbled 7 rows down into the 3rd level, like cement guardrail. And then the security guards came out and dumped him out, and everyone like went crazy for him. Like, we all applauded the security, and they were so happy. Like, they were trying not to smile and enjoy themselves. But the dude like threw one punch, missed, and then fell all the way to the bottom, and then just got escorted out by security. I'm like, this is like my favorite fight ever, because we got the result. No one got hurt, and the dude embarrassed himself and then got thrown out of the building. It was the perfect fight at a football game. It was excellent.
I think that's a wonderful story to end our fan question and answer.
Yes. Main event, co-main event, real quick. Who do you got?
Oh yeah, main event, co-main event. I'm going Anthony Smith by kind of boring decision, but smart.
I'm going Smith submission. He just needs to take Khalil down. He's got a chance to do it. These are the fights Anthony wins. Yeah. And then the main event, I gotta tell you, man, the more time goes by, the more I'm like, I kind of think Chris Gutierrez has a better shot than I'm giving him credit for, and I'm giving him more credit than the betting odds are suggesting. But I'm still going to end with Song Yadong via decision. That's how I'm going.
Song Yadong, knockout, round 1.
Damn. He'll be the first person to ever knock out Chris Gutierrez in a fight. So that'll be impressive. I will be super duper impressed. All right, hit the music. Fights are about to start. We're watching Song Yadong knock out Marlon Moraes back in the day when Marlon Moraes was fighting in the UFC. And now we're watching Chris Gutierrez just leg kick over and over again. We'll see what happens. Casey, enjoy. We'll see you after for the post-fight show. And follow along, MMAfighting.com. It's a tremendous website. Coverage the whole time. So enjoy the fights, everybody. I think this is going to be a fun card. For Casey, I am Mike Heck. Peace out, everyone.